Welcome, welcome, all you greetings, all you beacons of light. It's wonderful that you're here. All these wonderful people are tuning in. So thank you for hearing my call, the call of the angels. For those of you who are unfamiliar, my name is Stuart Pearce, and I've been working with the angelic communion all my life, but particularly over the last 35 years, because 35 years ago, I received a divine transmission from a group of beings known as the Angels of Atlantis, 12 beings of light. And of course, one of them is Archangel Michael. Is this extraordinary image by Bergerot of Archangel Michael. You can probably see the wings, and Joan of Arc that we've used for the flyer for this particular event. This is a remarkable time, as we all know, because all we have to do is to look into the world and we can see the surface tremors within the world. But of course, we also know that we empaths are feeling the quakes deep within us. These months, we're about to go into October, as we know, on Saturday, October the 1st. Yay! Mercury ceases to be retrograde, it becomes proactive. But through October and November, we're going to be riding extraordinary astrological energies. So do be prepared. I believe that the energies that I'm talking about are all correctional energies, so that we can begin to see within our 3D terrain what we all know that we desire and dream of within our fifth dimensional capacity. But a number of things need to be resorted. And of course, these astrological configurations, the very fact that Saturn and Uranus are in this conjunct until the beginning of the next year, all of these ramifications are absolutely vast, that are allowing us to see that cosmologically speaking, both without and within, there are vast changes that are happening. And we can see, for example, the trouble that's going on within the Ukraine, rather, and also, of course, the horrors that are taking place in Iran. So our hearts go out very purposefully to the extraordinary people that we know are suffering in a way that perhaps we are not on the physical plane. So Michael has been with me consciously all my life, Archangel Michael, and came through very strongly to put out this signal to you all, to draw you into the possibility of a vigil. Evidently, when that message came to me, it was just prior to this extraordinary event of Queen Elizabeth passing. And so the collective, certainly the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth, but I believe the whole collective has moved into a transitional correctional energy, because after all, with her passing, God rest her soul, and great thanks for the service that she gave to us, that we saw the end of an era and therefore the beginning of a new era starts. And we are the harbingers, we are the messengers, we are the empaths that are creating the revolution that will bring about these great shifts. And so I say to you all, this is very time sensitive. We are standing on the brink of eternity. Let me say a prayer on your behalf to Archangel Michael, and then we'll move into a deeper point of meditation. Dear Archangel Michael and all angels, particularly the angels of Atlantis, we speak to you on this eve of the great feast of St. Michael and all angels, September the 29th. We thank you for the pure, sweet love and all the hope that your beautiful facets of love have given to us, that have purified our hearts, and we know that the whole of our being is moving into the divine perfection of the super soul heart crystalline I am presence. We thank you for the vigilance of our heart matrices, and hope that they are now once more aligned and well tuned, creating profound healing within. And so we gasp in awe at the enormity of your divine love. Please, dear Michael, continue aligning and attuning us so that our divine axis, the pranic cord, will allow the flow of unity consciousness within the eternal light essence of our beings. And we thank you profoundly. Please hear, we thank you wholeheartedly that all the episodes that we are responsible for, any of the distortions within, well, we ask you to clear all of the disconnections from our godlike existence. And now we peacefully feel healed and whole, and that love and pure offering is now restored within the faith and trust of your divine abundance. And so it is. Amen. And if for some reason you are still on the pathway of healing, do not worry, because as we commit ourselves to these shared moments together, what we are actually feeling is the potentiality of our divine I am presence, which will clear the entire circuitry of your heart matrices, all the way through the neural pathways, all the way through your meridians, all the way through each of the chakras, which, as we know, are the databases and the biocomputers for the whole of our energies. We are moving into an expression of the light is very bright, isn't it? Of the I am presence. And here is a card from the first oracle that I created for the Angels of Atlantis, which, of course, as you can see, is Michael. And Michael in this communion always appears as a violet, purple, or amethyst orb, hovering over the chair of your I am presence. So your I am presence is the biocircuitry of your being, literally the electromagnetic love light circuitry of your being that at this time is preparing you to move into the forests of the enchanted. Here again is a card from the Angels of Atlantis Oracle. And I find it very interesting, as you probably heard me say in the short recording that I made yesterday to draw people to this event, this Michael meditation, that the Queen died. Queen Elizabeth died in Scotland, and Scotland is always dedicated mythologically to the essence of the unicorn energy, which, as you probably realize, is the mythical being, one of the ascended master mistresses from the horse kingdom, that always represents celestial or spiritual or supernatural purity, and therefore always is associated with the Virgin or with the King. These two kingdoms of England and Scotland, England is always referred to as the lion heart, and Scotland is always referred to as the unicorn soul. And so Queen Elizabeth died within the presence of the unicorn and was brought forth by her only daughter, the Princess Royal. Her body, that is, was brought back to the United Kingdom, where she lay in state. And then the funeral took place, and then the final interment, which you'll be able to hear more fully about through my YouTube channel, just by simply going to the tribute that I made to Queen Elizabeth. However, so these are just some of the ramifications of what's taking place at this time. Okay, I'm sure you have your own stories and your own observations, but we're here to gather our energies into the supernatural aspect of our soulful presence. And of course, as we know, the two best ways that we do this is through meditation and also through prayer. And so let's meditate. I would love you to bring the whole of your body into absolute alignment. So if you're lying down, I would love you, if you can, just to bring the whole of your body into an aligned rectilinear form, so that your pranic cord through the center of your spine can be opened with great gusto. Feel the whole of your body very balanced, so that you're really sitting comfortably through your sitting bones in a chair or cross-legged on the floor, whatever is appropriate for you. If you wish, bring the tip of your thumb and forefinger together and just let your hands lie on your thighs. Whether your palms are down or up, it's entirely up to you what is most comfortable. And then just close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, feeling the balance of the whole of your physiology in the way that we just intended it, see with your mind's eye the whole length of your spine. And imagine that it's filled with a silver white column of light, the pranic cord. And we're just going to explore the illumination of it by using the breath, by using the prana, the pranayama of the breath. And we're going to just take in a few deep breaths. But what I'd love you to do as you breathe in is you breathe wide and then deep. So you're really opening up the rib cage and not just pumping the air into your belly. So just begin by letting the breath go. Feel the need to breathe. And as you breathe in, see it as light, silver white light, filling the whole of your pranic cord to such an extent that it really is illuminated, and then let all the breath go. Feel the need to breathe, and again breathe in. And feel not just the pranic cord, but the whole of the illumination moving through your physical presence, and then let the breath go. And again, when you need to, breathe in, breathe wide and deep, and feel how the pranic cord becomes even more illuminated, moving through your physical presence, and then moving into the etheric and the auric presence, indeed touching the walls of the room, and then let the breath go. And when you're empty, feel the need to breathe, and once again, breathe in, and feel that silver white light as you just gently hum through your heart. And just pausing, breathing in your own rhythm, feeling how your pranic cord has now become this extraordinary column of silver white light that is fountaining into your auric field above your body and below your body. So let us extend this pranic cord just by visualizing it going down through the base of your spine, through the chair, through the floor where you're seated, and through the levels of the building in which you're placed, all the way down into the basement, into the earth's crust, and through the soil, through clay, through stone, through rock, into the bedrock of Mother Earth. And feel how she willingly receives your pranic cord through her unconditional love, which of course we call gravity. Feel how stabilized your body is, even though the light emission is vast. Ask her for a gift, for a blessing, for a sign, and then siphoning up through the rock and the stone and the clay and the soil and the earth's crust and the basement, and then upwards through the varying floors where you're positioned in the building where you are, until once more it penetrates the floor on which you rest, bringing the light through your spine. Any of the images or prophecies or presentiments or intuitions, just place them into your heart's secret chamber as the pranic cord lifts through the rest of your spine and then shooting off through the top of your head, through the building, through the atmosphere of the planet, and look for the planet that is nearest to planet Earth, which is Venus, the planet of love, Sister Venus, and anchor into Venus. So that although we are expanding the cosmological energy of our pranic cord, we are completely tethered, we are grounded, and we are overlit by the power of the gracious presence of Venus, Aphrodite, or Hathor. Archangel Michael, in these moments, we know that you are clustering around us with all hosting of other angels. Please hear the sanctity and the devotion of our beings as we live our soulful practice, initiating ourselves as spiritual beings having a human experience. Please surround us with your wings of light. And please allow your divine intelligence to pour into the pranic cord of our beings, each and every one of us, the many hundreds of people that are gathered in this space with us, so that we may receive the bounty and the beauty of your love, so that we may receive the abundance and the splendor of your joy, so that we may receive the expansity and the abundance of the immense wisdom that you hold as our cosmic leader, leading us to the great I Am presence, our own spiritual sovereignty, knowing full well that the gift that Elizabeth has given to us is a transcendence away from the temporal forms of monarchic realm into the spiritual form of archetypal witness through the center and the softness and the sublime energy of our own crystalline presence. Please feel deep within our hearts the passion and the fervor of our love for you and all that you do to protect us and to transmute our karma. Please feel the zeal within our souls as we send love and comfort and succor to all of those people who are held in worship or in great societal conflict. We send our love to all of those people that are experiencing challenge through the physiology of the planet changing. And particularly, Archangel Michael, please see that our hearts and our souls are vibrant as we send love and care and comfort to all children, knowing full well that they are the expression of the future of this wonderful spiritual revolution that is taking place. Please allow their innocence and their play and their sparkling joy to be furthered within the capacity of their own life focus, so that they may come together and share in the wondrous adventure of innocence. And bringing these thoughts and feelings and many other thoughts and feelings that you may have into the clustering of your heart center, your heart chakra. Again, we're just going to utter through breath the sound of the Om 3 times, and then we will stay in silence, in silent vigil for 3 minutes. while the energies cluster and strengthen and nourish us even more fully. And in silence, we hold the vigil of our love and the sanctity of our allegiance with Archangel Michael. Great work. It's extraordinary, you see, in the stillness after the busy days that we're engaged in or coming to a point of finalizing, that we know that we really steep in the divine. That when we move into the stillness of our souls, and of course I can feel you all pulsing with me in cyberspace, that we feel that we're entering into not just our own individual stillness, but moving into the very core soulful presence of the love light circuitry. Because after all, as we all know, the divine lives within the stillness. Our job is to bring the divine through our creativity into action. which is why we're here. You know, my firm belief is that our purpose is to optimize our creativity full of love and joy. That's why we're here. So I'm now living in my seventh decade, nearly. I've got a year to go. And I know that each decade my life has changed. The creativity has meant a death has taken place and a resurrection, and then another death or point of completion, and then resurrection. And so this is a time of immense finality. And if you're experiencing any suffering, if you're experiencing any, dire consequence, please, through the I Am presence, keep dreaming into creation the wonder of what you wish the world and your life to be. Moving into a point of completion, I have another prayer. Dear guardians of the Atlantean wisdom templates, Archangel Michael, Metatron, and all the beautiful angels of Atlantis, particularly dear Michael, who governs the cosmic blueprints of Mother Earth, and to all the ascended masters and mistresses, avatars and cosmic guardians, please come right now to our assistance as we fulfill our highest intention. We ask of you to transmute and dissolve any ancient karma related to the end times of Atlantis, or any of the incarnations that we have had over the last 15,000 years. We wish to remove all the blocks that stop us from really feeling our Atlantean and Lemurian light codes. We wish to heal the emotional pain and suffering associated with the finality of the cosmic cycle that ended 15,000 years ago. We wish to communicate and merge deeply into all levels of our current incarnation, to literally dissolve and maneuver and elevate ourselves into a feeling of our own Atlantean or Lemurian soul family consciousness. We wish to elevate our lives to the vibration of our soul star chakra and assist the source with the recalibration of Earth's light. We wish to recover all the essence of the golden light of Atlantis and Mu into our beings, so that profound abundance may occur in our lives by igniting joy, love, and freedom, the freedom of those energies that are at one with our divine codes. And now we wish to ascend into human angelic status so that we may live our highest template, filled with divine love through the whole of our beings. And so it is. Amen. And seeing the wonder of how Archangel Michael brings you to the I Am presence, in these moments, just conceive of yourself sitting within the throne of your physical presence. I believe that the physical geometry of our bodies is actually the physical presence of the I Am. And see before you the kingdom. This may be a kingdom that you have already created in the form of a successful spiritual practice or a healing center. I know many of you are healers. I see your names, and of course, with due diligence, I respect all of your healing. Or maybe you are dreaming this level of kingdom making into creation. Wherever you are, just bring all of that focus into your heart's consciousness. And feel how Archangel Michael is igniting, as the cosmic leader that Michael is, igniting the power of your experience to endeavor the beauty and the wonder and the abundance of pure joy, pure love, as you create. And if indeed you are defining that it's not necessary for you to have this form of realization, Please let us see you walking through the world as a beacon of light, so that your love literally expands through your auric field and touches anybody that you come into connection with. And for those of you, as we move towards the final moment of our sharing this evening, this afternoon, this morning, those of you who are interested in furthering your connection with the angels, this weekend I am starting an equinoctial retreat for the autumn equinox, which is called the Crystal Temple of the 12 Angels of Atlantis. That the 12 angels are bringing us 12 very specific light codes at this time to fire the 12 chakra within our being through the vocabulary of feeling is the language of the soul. So as we move into these final moments of completion of our time together today, if you need to go to my website and have a look at my website being stewartpearce.com, the events page, and then just click on retreats and you will see this beautiful retreat. There we are, Brian, my tech manager, is putting it up on the screen for you. And if you would love to, please come. Thank you, Gianni. Yes, I see you have actually signed up. And finally, for those of you who are interested in coming to Egypt in December, I will be recreating the Resurrection Retreat for the first time since the beginning of COVID. So again, you'll find that on the events page. For all of you, I'm saying thank you for joining me. These have been extraordinarily rich moments. I thank you from the very core of my being and the bottom of my heart. My soul feels so touched by the way that you take your souls so seriously. Your love is rich, and I say namaste, namaste, namaste. Thank you, Ryan.